pre-test, a lot of you have questions. What does it mean to estimate? What do we know about estimate, estimating, estimation? All of those are in the same word family, right? What do we know about that word? It is a guess. It is not Yes, it is not the actual answer. This is really hard sometimes for third graders because you guys are so trained that you want the right answer. You want the exact answer. But sometimes it's hard for you to say, oh, well, here's a close to answer. Gavin?
I realized we went over this a while ago.
We have seen this a couple of times, but some of us are still a little confused when we see it, so we're going to go over it some more.
Okay, we're making an program.
It is a close to answer. We actually did this on Tuesday. If you remember, on Tuesday we did numberless word problems about some beavers and some trees.
Oh, yeah.
And when I gave you all the information, I didn't ask you what the answer was. I just asked you if it was more than 10. That is an estimate. I didn't really care what the answer was. I just wanted to know, was it close to 10? Was it more than 10 or was it less than 10? It could be either of those. So some words that we might think of when we think of estimate, they are not necessarily synonyms, but they're in the same family. I want you to think of words like rounding. When you round, we know that we don't get an exact answer, we just get a close to answer. We go to the nearest 10 or the nearest 100. Remember rounding on a number line?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another word that you're probably going to see, which is going to be the same family, reasonable. Does your answer make sense?
Need like the sound?
Yes, if I'm writing, you're writing. So for instance, in our beaver problem that we did on Tuesday, you guys said, no, it doesn't make sense that it's less than 10. Your answer was reasonable. It's just your ability to say, that doesn't make sense, or this answer does make sense. Is 100 plus 100 ever going to give me 50? No. It doesn't even matter if you know the answer or not. You know that a 3-digit number plus a 3-digit number is not going to give you a 2-digit number. If I'm adding, it is not going to give me a 2-digit number.
It may give you
Because that's what's reasonable. That makes sense. Great. So when we see these words, we should all think the same thing. Estimate, rounding, reasonable. Does it make sense? Is it a close to number? That kind of thing. So far, so good? Alright, so let's try some. A bakery has 36 muffins in a display case. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Let me tell you how much I love a bakery. Mostly because bakeries usually always serve coffee, and I think we know how I feel about coffee. So I love a good bakery snack. So I go into the bakery and they've got 36 muffins. Let them know this one. They made an equal number of blueberry muffins, apple muffins, and bran muffins. Bran is like muffin, flavored muffin. There's no real flavor to it. Like raisin bran.
I like banana nut.
Okay. So, can you imagine, I have my 36 muffins, and they have 3 flavors. You don't have to write any of this down, Grace. We're just thinking.
Oh,
We got blueberry, we got apple, we got bran muffin. Cool. Okay? So far, so good? We understand what's happening? Here. They want to organize the muffins so that each type gets its own shelf. So can you imagine that? There's like a blueberry shelf, a bran shelf, and an apple shelf. And they already told us they made an equal number. So they don't have 20 blueberries and 2 apples. They have the same number. Does that make sense?
So we're trying to figure out.
Well, I haven't told you anything that we're trying to figure out. So I want to know which answer would be reasonable. I'm going to show you. Okay? So, just to recap, we got 36 muffins. We have 3 different types that are going to go on their own shelf. Every muffin type has the same number. We don't know what that number is. So far, so good? Okay. One of these. Come on.
Try drawing.
40 or 10? I don't care what the actual answer is. I want to know what it could be. Which of these makes sense? Annabelle and Miranda, I'm not convinced you're paying attention by your body language. The number of muffins on each shelf. Which answer makes sense? 40 muffins on each shelf? Or 10 muffins on each shelf? $36 muffins to make an equal number. They want to organize the muffins. Each type gets its own shelf. Which is reasonable? Annabella? Why? Why? Did it say that? Did it say small shelves only? Bailey, what do you think? Put your mask on, please. Why? Interesting. Arlen, what do you think?
It would be 10 because you only have 36 and that is less than 40. So you would have a negative number.
Yeah, okay, so if we look at how many muffins I had to start, I only had 36. So would it make sense to put 40 apple muffins on a shelf, and then 40 blueberry muffins on a shelf, and then 40 bran muffins on a shelf? That's so much more than 36 muffins. Which means I'm probably going to have about 10 muffins
On each shelf.
per shelf.
And then you have 6 on each.
Probably about 10. Do you understand how we got there? About 10. We don't have exactly 10, but about 10. 10 is the reasonable answer. It's actually not the right answer. But it is a close to answer that makes way more sense than 40.
It's an estimate.
It's an estimate. Yes.
Estimate.
All right, let's try this one. This one should look familiar. This one reads, on Monday, the 7 members of a cross-country team ran 6 miles each. Does anyone know what a cross-country team is? It might be helpful if we know what that is. Miranda, what is a cross-country team?
Like someone who goes across the country.
Yeah, kinda. They are a running team. They don't typically run across the country, but they don't run on the track. They run like on trails and stuff.
Like sidewalks.
No, like dirt.
Oh.
Like through.
Like forests.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not a fan. I don't pick up my feet. So that's just a recipe for me to fall down. But pretty cool. They also run a really long way. This is long distance running. Right? They ran 6 miles in one day. So on Monday, the 7 members of a cross-country team ran 6 miles each. From Tuesday to Friday, the team ran 165 more miles in all. So let's look at how many miles did the team run on Monday. In your notebook, write an answer sentence for this question. How many miles did the team run on Monday? You should be using those words in that question in your answer. Right, Gavin? Right, Gavin?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You with us? Yeah? Get your pencil going.
They ran blank miles on Monday.
They ran blank miles on Monday. We need that Monday. We very specifically only care about what they run on Monday. Pull yourself together, please. Pull yourself together. They ran blank miles on Monday. Do we know, Gavin, I wrote an answer sentence. You don't have it down. Do we know how many miles they ran on Monday?
Yes.
I do know how many miles each of them ran, but do I know how many the team ran all together?
No. Yes. They would have not asked that question. No.
So I know if I'm a part of this cross-country team, I ran 6 miles, but I want to know what I ran, and my teammate, and my teammate, and my teammate, and my teammate, all 7 of us ran all together.
6 miles.
It's not 6 miles. I ran 6 miles. But guess what? Azalea's on my team, and she also ran 6 miles. And Scarlett's on my team, and she also ran 6 miles. So as a team, did we run 6 miles?
No.
No, it's going to be more than that. Just me ran 6 miles. All right, so let's draw. Whoa, too far. Let's draw a bar. I've got my bar. We just talked about, Emma and I just talked about that we don't actually know the total amount that the team ran. I do know how much I ran, but I don't know about my whole team. Notice I used the word whole in there. I don't know the whole team. I only know part of the team.
7 members.
There are 7 members, which means I'm going to have 7 parts to my full team. I'm going to break apart my bar then into how many parts, Bailey? No. Annabella, what do you think? How many parts make up my team? Grace?
6.
look at our problem. How many parts make up my team? Miranda? Look at my problem. 7. Yeah, I have 7 members. They're all on my team. That means my bar needs to be broken into 7 sections for each person, for each teammate.
Oh, wow.
Alright? Friendly, how far did one teammate go? 6 what?
Miles.
6 miles. Annabella, how far did my other teammate go? 6 miles. Scarlett, how far did my other teammate go? Azalea, how far did my other teammate go? 6. 6 steps?
6 miles.
6 miles. Got it. Brindley, how far did my other teammate go?
6 miles.
Bryce, how far did my other teammate go? Brayden, how far did my other teammate go?
6 miles.
All of them went 6 miles.
All of them went 6.
Even you.
Now we need to... What is the equation that matches what we just drew? Miranda?
6 plus 6.
Yes, but we know a shortcut. What is the shortcut? Miranda is mathematically correct. She said 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. That is correct. But I'm in the business of some easy shortcuts if I know what they are. What is my shortcut to repeated addition? Scarlett? I have 7 groups of 6. Very good. Very good. Once you have your equation, go ahead and solve for the product. Use what strategy works for you to find 7 times 6. Arwen, what'd you come up with?
42.
42. So on Monday, the team ran 42 miles. Not one person, but as a team, if you count all their miles up, they ran 42, right? Hang on, I got too many side conversations I've done up here with. Great. Yep. Awesome. Love that. How many miles did the team run from Monday to Friday? New answer sentence. Because we got a new question. How many miles did the team run from Monday to Friday? Restate that question to make a new answer sentence. Alright, Arwen, what'd you come up with? What'd you come up with for our answer sentence?
I came up with the cross-country team ran blank miles from...
Love. Arwen has a lot of specific proper nouns. The cross-country team, I'm going to make that a pronoun. They.
I know.
You could use whatever version of that you want. They ran blank miles. But this part is important. We have to say what time we're talking about. They ran blank miles Monday to Friday. That part does matter a lot. That part matters a lot. So you do need to make sure you have the Monday to Friday part in your answer sentence. draw another bar. I'm gonna draw another bar. Do I know the total amount of miles run Monday to Friday?
Yes.
If I do, why is that my answer sentence?
No.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't have that answer yet.
I don't know yet.
I know some parts. For instance, I know Monday. I'll put a little M above there because on Monday they ran how many miles, Azalea? 42. There's Mondays.
What about Tuesday?
Well, let's go up to our problem. Because, yeah, we have to figure out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, we don't need Saturday and Sunday because we're only worried about Monday through Friday. We figured out Mondays in our last problem. Let's listen to our word problem again and see if we can figure out the rest. On Monday, the 7 members of a cross-country team ran 6 miles each. From Tuesday to Friday, the team ran 165 more miles in all. Do I know my Tuesday to Friday miles?
Yes.
Yeah, it tells me right in that second sentence. So in my bar,
Above your body is right
here is Tuesday through Friday, this section. And my problem told me, hey, they ran 165 miles on those days. Gavin, you got that written down? What equation matches that? What equation matches that, right? Yeah. I don't see any repeated addition. I don't see any groups of the same number. So this is very simply 42 plus 165. Part plus part equals whole. Go ahead and solve that problem. When you figured out the answer, give me a secret thumb. 5 plus 2 is 7. Will 7 fit in the ones place?
Yes.
Yep, I don't have to do anything. 60 plus 40. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Will 100 fit in the tens place? I need to move it. Was there anything left over when I did that move?
No.
Just 0. 100 plus 100. So, my team from Monday to Friday ran 207 miles. That is a lot.
I can barely even run it.
But that brings us to our last question. And actually, Ethan and I just did this. So it says, use estimation to explain why your answer is reasonable. Ethan, a second ago, because he made his 6 look like a 0, told me that they ran 147 miles. The reason why that didn't make sense is because they had already run 165. If you run 165 and you ran 40, is your miles going to go down?
No.
No, it doesn't make sense.
And it
So
increases it.
our answer makes sense because it's over 165. Let's write that down. Our answer makes sense because 207 miles our answer makes sense because 207 miles is more than, this is the part where you're writing, 165 miles. Whoa, sorry, I didn't mean for that to go like shooting up. When I add more miles, my answer should, I love that vocabulary, should increase, not decrease, because I'm adding, not subtracting, not doing any other weird things. So when you see tomorrow on your test, explain why your answer makes sense. This is the kind of thing I'm looking for. So you told me, hey, it makes sense because my answer got bigger, and it got bigger because I'm adding, and when I'm adding, my answer should increase. Ethan?
So if we were doing the subtraction one,
Yeah.
we could have wrote, the sentence makes sense because it was less than 165 miles. And so we could have said, when I subtract less miles,
Yep.
less miles. I can't believe it.
My answer should decrease. Very good. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. You're just telling me what do you think should happen, and is that what happened? That's why me and Easton's back and forth made so much sense, because he knew, oh wait, I said 147. Is that increasing, getting bigger from 165? No, he knew right away. That doesn't even make sense. I did something wrong.
I was trying to write a 6, but I accidentally looked at it wrong, and it was a 0.
Yeah. This is what that's talking about. So when you see reasonable, estimate, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Does this make sense? Yes? Okay.